Hello, in this video we're going to be modeling this low poly 3D character, and basically we're going to be starting out with the torso, moving on to the shorts, and in the next few videos we're going to be doing the rest of the body and the head and the hair, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be going over to Blender to make this model, and firstly we're just going to be putting our reference pictures in the background. So let's go to Shift A and image, reference, go wherever the file is located. For the front view, I'm going to put it along the x-axis, and let's adjust the rotations of this. The x is going to be 90, the y is going to be 0, and the z is also going to be 90. And we're just going to push it back that way. But before that, I just want to add the other image as well. It'll be side one for me. For this one, the x is going to be 90 and the rest is going to be 0. Okay, so I just want to scale these. Oh goodness, I'm going to select both of them, both pictures, and I'm going to scale them, and just until you can, like, you feel like you can see it. So that's how it's going to be scaled. And now we can just push it backwards, right? Let me open my move tool. So just push it like that. If you go to 1 or 3, you want to be able to make sure that you're seeing this in a clear way, right? I think I'm gonna make it both go up in the Z direction, so we're not like dealing with that whole grid thing. You can close the grid if you'd like to. I think the character is just going to be hovering if we do this. Okay, so now that we've set the references up, we're going to work with this cube. So let's just go to edit mode by either pressing tab or going to edit mode. To make our lives easier, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pulling this part up. I'm going to start with the torso, but we're going to make a line in the middle so that we can delete half of the cube in order to mirror it. So I'm going to be selecting face and then going to x-ray view in order to select the faces on the back when I do a box select. You can also go to x-ray view like this and press X and delete faces. So now we have this portion. How are we going to mirror it? We're gonna have our cube, we're going to have the object of our cube. Go to modifiers, add modifier, and search for mirror. And the mirror, we want it to be on the Y direction. So now that we can see it there, we're going to unclick the X because it doesn't unclick sometimes. I mean, it doesn't unclick, so you have to unclick it manually. Right. So now I just realized that this reference isn't completely in the middle, which is a problem. I'm just going to move my reference a bit. I'm moving the reference instead of the cube because I want my cube to still stay in the 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now it's more or less in the middle. So, yeah, this is actually the fun part, okay? So, basically what we need to do is we need to make out this section. And then we're going to get out the arms and the neck and all of that stuff. So in order to get that section out, I'm going to go into vertex mode, select these vertices, and I'm working in x-ray mode right now because it's easier to see the background picture. And I'm going to press G and honestly just adhere to whatever is in the back. I'm going to press G and make it go there. And if we enable clipping, this is what's going to happen. So without clipping, it can separate no problem. So our cube is just this thing. But if we enable clipping, you cannot separate this no matter how hard you try. So I'm going to be going on and off with clipping because I'm going to need it in some portions of the video. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm going to go over to the side view and also just fix this up a bit. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so if you want two vertices to be on the same like level, we don't really want that here, but if you do want something like that, you can do scale. You can go to S, scale, Z, and you can make it 0. So now these two vertices are like literally on the same level, but right now we don't need that, so I'm just gonna go back. Okay, so now is our time to make more loop cuts. So the reason we're making more loop cuts is because we want a more textured shirt. This is like too boxy, right? I mean, we're going for a boxy look, but this is too much. And I'm gonna go Command R and do this in order to get this portion out, extrude this portion out, okay? So I'm just setting us up for success over here. So I'm actually going to take this and move it to this point over here, if you can see, because I'm gonna add another subdivision and make it like go outwards like that. So yeah, so let me just do that. Okay, so now that we're adding another subdivision, and how this is going to help is just basically, this is just going to, let me select this vertex over here and do that. So that was the vision I had for that. Now I'm going to go over to the side view and notice that we have an arm that we need to make, and we're gonna extrude it for that portion. Oopsies. So now we're gonna extrude it, right? I'm gonna go over here and extrude. I'm gonna move this over here, move this over here, and now we have a shoulder. And in order to extrude the arm properly, what I will be doing is, here's a new tool that I'm going to teach you right now. We're going to be going over to the faces. We're going to be selecting these two faces and pressing I. So what I's going to do is just make an inset like this. And now we can extrude a smaller portion of the arm in order to make an arm. And I want to just scale this in the X direction like this in order to make it look more like an arm. The arm was actually supposed to start here, so I'm going to select faces, not in X-ray mode this time, so that it doesn't select anyone's in the back. Go to 3, and I'm just going to extrude and then just move it like so, like according to the reference in the back, honestly. What's going to happen right now is we're going to use this part now to extrude the actual arm, right? In order to do that, what I want to do is open X-ray mode, but maybe move it over here, scale it down, and extrude now. Okay, so this is the fun part. You just get to scale based on what you want to do, and you get to rotate it and scale and just have fun with it. So we have an arm now, which is cool. So this is actually kind of like an undershirt thing. That's what I was thinking about it. Now we're gonna go for another inset. Inset is like good for situations like this because I don't want to make like a whole loop cut and then just for a hand, right? So that's why inset is really fun for these type of situations. And I'm gonna extend it again. I think the inset was a bit too like, I'm gonna scale it upon the Y direction so that the hand is a bit bigger. Okay, so we're just gonna let this part follow this over here, and then we're gonna extrude the thumb later. So I'm gonna extrude, do that, rotate, G, and then not rotate, do this honestly. Oh no, that was too much rotate. Okay. And then rotate again. And then extrude. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate it like that, and I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take this portion and I'm just gonna rotate it maybe. Just like scale. So now we've gotten that out of the way, we're gonna extrude this part again. So how we're gonna do that is literally the same way we've done before. We're gonna inset it. But in this moment, we're gonna open this inset thing and close off boundaries. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna connect it here, which is what we want because we want like a single body, right? So going over here, we can make this inset a bit smaller on the Y direction. So I'm going to scale it in the Y direction. And I'm going to extrude it like that and then scale it up like that. And I don't want to scale it outwards. I just want to scale in the Y direction. So I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go into vertex selection and just take this and kind of just go down to follow the reference guide a bit. Okay, so now we've got this undershirt going on over here as well. And we're gonna inset yet again. Actually, we're gonna inset over here as well. There we go. I think I inserted too much. Let me go to Control Z. Oh no, it's fine. And I'm gonna extrude. Okay, so around here is where the pants actually separate. So I'm just gonna extrude it until then. Scale it in the Y direction. And then here I'm going to turn off clipping. So, that's what we're going to do. Now that we turned off clipping, it's going to separate just like that. Do you see that? Separated. And we're going to scale it. Going to move it, scale it, and the rest we can just fix with vertex selection. So, okay, so here the model's a bit like off, so I'm gonna go back to the reference picture and like slide it a bit to the right in order to get this in the middle. Since clipping is off, we do not have to worry about that, like about having it stuck or whatever. Okay.